Gildan Media presents Your Coach in a Box, affordable, life-changing audio programs.
The power of presence. Unlock your potential to influence and engage others. Kristi Hedges. Introduction. For 20 years, presence has been not just my profession, but also my passion. And it's been a winding path that's led me here. In my career, I've been the person behind the leader. I've worn a few different hats: CEO coach, entrepreneur, public relations executive, corporate marketer, and political consultant. In each role, I've been privy to what goes on with leaders as they struggle to motivate, inspire, and impress audiences as small as 1 and as large as 1 million. I've seen the anxiety, heard the lack of confidence, throttled back runaway egos, and managed the stage fright. Somewhere along the line, I also became a leader, running my own company and being the one out in front. Because I've used my own techniques and advice on myself, I understand what succeeds and what falls short. Politics, where I started my career, is an interesting training ground for leadership. In that world, a candidate's presence is always top of mind. It's discussed, polled about, massaged, and widely known to be the make or break factor. Think Hillary Clinton in her 2008 run for president. Countless polls were taken and articles written about her inability to connect with voters and be likable. Democratic insiders worried it was her Achilles heel. It wasn't until she showed her humanness by breaking down during an interview that her likability increased, as did her poll numbers. Political strategists know that we connect individually with our leaders first, and only then can we grant the trust to give them our vote. A candidate's background is scoured for personal stories with which voters can connect. Stories that break down perceived barriers between the candidate and constituents. When I had the opportunity to segue into public relations, I took this experience from politics into the corporate world. In traditional public relations, the focus is 90% on the message and only 10% on the messenger. So I bit my tongue a lot in the beginning as I watched beautifully messaged speeches decimated by a CEO whose body language screamed, "I don't totally believe what I'm saying." But the engine that fuels the PR world is content, and time and money is spent on developing stronger messages, writing press releases, and nowadays, blogging and participating in social media. The secret life of struggling communicators. As I made my way into the inner sanctum.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?